Good afternoon. It is day 44 in book 4 of Marcus and Me. And today we're going to talk about how stupid people are either happy or angry. Not my words, Marcus's. In today's 44th meditation, Marcus begins, everything that happens is as simple and familiar as the rose in spring, the fruit in summer, disease, death, blasphemy, conspiracy, everything that makes stupid people happy or angry. Marcus Aurelius, day 44. Where is this time going? Day 44 in book 4 of Meditations. It's a good one. Something to ponder about emotions. I think this reading is important because Marcus is trying to teach you not just stoic wisdom, but detachment. Something that warriors learn in the battlefield, that you can get yourself killed if you're led by your emotions. And how often we become puppets to our emotions, and the storms come and we react in an animal-based instinct instead of staying calm and knowing, be still and know that God is in control. Just like it says here, whether you want to believe God is nature or you believe there's an actual living God, because I'm dancing between the worlds here. Don't know what Marcus actually prescribed to spiritually, how he felt about Jesus' crucifixion, because he ruled after that. He ruled 121 to 180 years after Christ's death. So I'd have to do some research on that, which maybe I'll do. I'd like to see what Marcus Aurelius thought about Christ. But what he's saying here is everything that happens is as similar and familiar as natural law. A rose blooming in the spring, the fruit in the summer, diseases, death, swearing, conspiracy, nothing new under the sun. Yeah, that's what he's saying. There's a great book of Toltec wisdom by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's called The 4 Levels of Attachment. Or no, the 5 Levels of Attachment, and then there's the 4 Agreements. Very good books. Very wonderful books. And then there's The Mastery of Love he wrote. Don Miguel Ruiz. He's a Toltec native. And his teachings are very similar, very stoic-minded and detached. I like the one on attachment. It's very, he shows the different levels, and maybe we'll do a reading of that one day because it's really good. Because there is some things that you should react to. I mean, certainly if you have a home invader, keep your head about you and do what you have to do to stay alive. But some of the levels of attachment are just like how our culture is based around, like football teams, our level of attachment to that. Things like that. So basically, Marcus is, even though I've gone off track, I digress to something else that popped into my head. That's what happens when you read so many books and read so many different other people. But as Marcus says, everything is connected with everything. So that's what this makes me think of, like trying to stay detached as you can, calm through the storm, which is often hard out here because there's a lot of chaos going on, orchestrated, conspiracy-laden chaos to try to knock us off of our footing. And anyone familiar with spiritual warfare, as I spoke of in my God in Me video, knows that, there's a spiritual war definitely down here on this planet. The book of Job comes to mind from the Bible. Anyway, great Marcus today. It's familiar as the rose in spring, as the fruits of summer. And oh, how we're going to start having fruits pop on the vine in the next few months. And we'll have peaches and then apples. So summer's moving right along. It's almost July. Where is the time going? So get out there and read through Marcus Aurelius while you still can. Maybe it'll help you get through these turbulent times, as I used to say on my podcast, turbulent. Or I switched it up to Days of Insanity for a while as well. By the way, all 2 years of back episodes of our podcast are on Spotify that you can listen to. So have a great day. Peace be with you all. And remember, try not to be led by your emotions.